3, even though I did not intend to have a part 3. I intended to have just one part and we get to it, but no. No, instead the game decides to freeze on me, and then I have to do a part 3 along with a part 2. But we're back. And welcome back, Brandon and Riley. Of course, mind you, again, like I said, I did not intend to do a part 3, let alone a part 2, but here we are. But nonetheless, though, it's great to see you guys. Well, now I'll have to let some people know that... Okay, wait. Also, hello to Rick's Arcade, and welcome back, Carlos Larry. You're just in time for your match, but now I gotta let everybody else know. So with that, I'll just get right to it. Let me do that. All right. So hopefully it doesn't crap out like it did last time. So what happened to the second stream was that the game froze. It froze in the middle of the loading screen, and I was forced to have to close out the stream and then start again, which absolutely stinks. Anyway, first up is Carlos Larry himself. And hey, what's up, Brandon Cuevas? Oh.
30 pounds. The phenomenal one, Carlos Larry.
Oh yeah, Diamond Light. I'm just sharing this with the others who are in this. Yeah, again, as mentioned, as what I just said to Sonic, what happened was the game froze on the loading screen, and I had to do another part, which so in this case we could do the hashtag. Blame the game, because that's blame the game for doing that. Otherwise, I'd have just continued. But by the way, Dakota, in part 2, you did have a match earlier. So I don't know if you saw it, but you had a match earlier.
First, from Newark, New Jersey, weighing in at 250 pounds, the left-right champion and the men's Super Tag Team Champion, Diamond Lightning. This'll be a blowout.
Yeah. All right. Now that I let who I needed to let know is in, this is the leader of the Diamond World Order, Diamond Light. But yeah, nonetheless, though, welcome back to the show there, Mr. Dakota Sheldon. Super Dakota.
And from wherever he wants, weighing in at 260 pounds, the Professor, Kyle Akira.
So this is Professor Kyle Akers, a good friend of not just myself, but also one of Star Gamer and Rob Gamer and basically most of the community. All right, not a problem there, Jessica. I might have to. So I might consider finishing up the qualifier matches if I can, and that's provided I don't get what is it? And that's provided the game doesn't freeze again. But not a problem there, Jessica. I might have to just save those final matches and then just book the show from there on out after this and the next 2 matches. Well, that's the plan, at least.
From Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 230.
Well, there's Edward Elvis, the leader of the Inquisition.
And from North Carolina, weighing in at 183 pounds, one half
All right.
of the All-Star World Tag Team Champions, and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, T.I. Wyatt.
So before that, you had Edward Elvis, and of course, there's the fact that he and the Outcasts have a beef with one another, and that includes this man right here, Ty Wyatt. Well, I was gonna have it in action, but with all these stops, and the fact that I had to do a part 2 and a part 3. So what I might consider doing is booking quote unquote the final on an actual show, like in universe mode. So if anything, I'm going to save Brenda for that. But again, not just because of the crashes, but also because of just because I don't have as much time, on most of the weekdays except for Friday, of course. Though that really should go without saying. All right. Well, the match is the same as the last. Well, this match is the same as the last one. Got to stay in the ring while throwing out everybody else. And of course, there's also the fact that Kyle and Ty have a beef with each other. And wow! And Carlos went for an elimination of Edward Elvis, but sidestepped him and threw out Carlos, and Carlos is the first one out. I mean, that has got to be such a low blow to have waited all that time only to get eliminated like that. But sometimes that's just the breaks. And, oh, nice counter there by Ty. And Ty now turns his attention to Kyle Akers. And then, of course, the Regalplex onto Diamond Light. But, yeah, I'm very sorry about that, Carlos. Like, really, I am. I know, right? Oh, all right. Like, are you guys, are you going to have the suit, and then is Cheyenne going to wear the wedding dress? Of course, yeah. Oh, and Ty just got eliminated by his arch rival, Edward Elvis. But there's still, so you have the leader of two groups. You have, well, the two leaders of two groups, excuse me, and the Diamond World Order with Diamond Light, and then the Inquisition with Edward Elvis. But then, of course, you have one of the co-founders of the Brella Squad, along with Rob Gamer, in Professor Kyle Akers. And that just slapped him right upside the head. I mean, just how insulting is that? All right, now sets him up on the ropes. Nope, back elbow. Off the ropes. Nope. Oh, yeah. I mean, one person would be Sly Cooper. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's my pick, and then Carmelita would be the maid of honor, or Brenda. You know, Brenda, of course, could be the maid of honor. You never know. But that's a decision you'll have to come across or make when we get to that point. And meanwhile, Kyle sent to the ropes. Although, what's Diamond Light doing? He's just looking at him. And that was a mistake. And then the Diamond Dominator onto Diamond Light? I don't think I've ever... There aren't too many guys that do that to the user of the move, but it was enough to get Diamond Light out. All right, now we're down to Edward Elvis and Professor Kyle Akers. And Kyle has him up. What's he going to do to him? A torture rack neck breaker. I can't talk. Sends him in the ropes. And a clothesline. And then thrown over the top. But then Kyle gets right back in. Then the Regal Cutter. The Regal Cutter. Now sends him over the top. And out. Edward Elvis does it.
Here is your winner, Edward Elvis.
So Edward does it. And for him, this is the biggest win he's had thus far. Will be in role-playing. Aww. All right. So 3.5 stars on that last match, though. Or this match, rather. Well, I have time for 2 more matches, but then after that, then that's where we can book the rest of it in universe mode. So I'll have a proper card and everything, you know. Okay, so with all that said, let's get to it. So up next we have So next up we have for the women, and this is the last of the women's qualifier matches, the Aces. So let me see how many we have, or the ones. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, what's up, Iron Smasher? And you know what? Let's go to WrestleMania 31. Why not? Okay. Now, of course, one person has waited a while for this, but first up, we have our good friend Cherry. The Monty Mole. But I imagine asleep at this point. And then of course we have Lily Lancaster, or Liliana Lancaster. Of course, that's the twin sister of Rose, Lily. Oh yeah, and then of course we had Alex Young. Well, here's Jade Young. That makes sense. I wonder how Sly and Carmelita feel about it. I like it, personally. Alright, so we have Jade Young. And of course we also have Paper Tay. And last but certainly not least, Vera. Alright. Okay, so I imagine Paper Tay's probably asleep at this time. And so the only person I need to get is AJ, so let's get right to it. Alright, so I got Vera, or rather her guardian. But up first
The following contest
is our good friend Cherry.
Battle Royal! Making her way to the ring from Lake Forest, Illinois, Sherry Moore!
And welcome back, Tenu. You're just in time for what is now the second to last match, mainly in no small part due to time constraints. But anyway, our first contestant is Cherry, and of course Cherry would love to get a victory and move one step closer to qualifying for Money in the Bank. Of course, she also has to get by one half of the tag team champions. We saw Alex Young. I give you her sister, the Second City Princess, Jade Young.
From Chicago, Illinois, one half of the All-Star Women's Tag Team Champions, the Princess, Jade Young.
Anyway, so we have Jade Young, who, of course, is following in the footsteps of not just her father, but also her mother, too. Her father being, of course, Kyle Young, and her mother being Akira. And then, of course, we have our good friend, Paper Tay. The Vision is banned from the wedding. Yeah, I get it. I totally understand it. Yeah, I could do that, Tenu. Or because the matches are going to be singles matches, well, for the most part, I can just do, like, a normal show and, you know, like, in universe mode, and then after that, do bonus matches after that. Kind of like the classic style, if you remember that style. But yeah, we'll be doing it classic style next time, my friend. It was just unusual because of the fact that we had, you know, Koopa in the Bank coming up.
And from Lincoln, Nebraska, the Women's Super Tag Team Champion and the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Princess Lily.
So there you see Lily Lancaster, of course, the wife of Riker Lancaster, the former Blue Toad Wrestling Men's World Champion. But of course, she currently stands as 1/4 of the Four Queens champions and the Intercontinental Champion. But would love to move on up. But last but certainly not least, we have Vera.
From Dallas, Texas, the WWE Women's World Champion and the Women's Super Tag Team Champion, Princess V.
So there you see Vera, also a Four Queens champion and the WWE Women's World Champion, albeit under the control of Blue Toad Wrestling, but nonetheless the champion. Of course, she'll have to beat her teammate Lily as well as the other three. Match underway. Here we go. And again, the rules are the same as the last two matches. Throw your opponent out and stay in. And, ooh, almost got eliminated by Cherry. And, ooh, nice clothesline by Tay. And then a clothesline from behind onto Cherry. And now Cherry looking to choke out Tay, or just wear her down. Now, even though they are good friends, it is every woman for herself. Anyway, off the ropes. Nice movement. Well, Vera missed. There we go. Oh, and a kick right to Lily. And, oh, nice thrust kick there onto Paper Tay. Nice takedown and then follow-up kick, but then you have to be able to pick her up and get her out. But now the two Dragon Flowers are going to fight each other now. And Lily throws out, picked up and threw out Vera. Vera's eliminated thanks to Lily. Now we're down to 4. And then a drop kick to Cherry. And then Tay, of course, with the strength, overpowering Jade Young. Of course, Jade is by no means a small woman. I mean, she is pretty strong herself. And then the neutralizer on to Jade. Meanwhile, Lily's still going after Cherry. I appreciate that, Brandon. Sometimes you just can't control these type of things. It's just sad, but it's true. Other times you just have to make the best out of chicken salad or something like that, or whatever the impression is. Well, so far the only person eliminated is Vera, as Lily clotheslines Cherry and then goes after Tay. And then a jumping kick onto Tay. Yes, indeed. And a double Russian leg sweep, even though none of the girls that did the move are Russian. Anyway, a spin kick onto Tay that knocks her out, but is still in the ring otherwise. Ooh, nice drop kick there by Cherry, as Lily was stomping on the hand of Tay. Although Tay was able to slow her down. Meanwhile, Cherry just got kicked in the bosom. Uh-oh. The paper shredder. The paper shredder onto Lily. And then a code breaker onto Tay. Paper Tay. All right, now Jade going to look to eliminate Lily. All right, now Tay over the top, and out goes Tay thanks to Cherry. Cherry took out Tay. And now Cherry throws out Lily. So now it comes down to Cherry and Jade Young. But Jade might have just finished the job here, and she does.
Here is your winner, the Princess Jade Young.
All right, so the matchup is set as far as the 1 and the 8, and that is Jade is going to face off against Sarah Richards, and Brenda will face off against Claire Redfield. Andromeda and Diamond Sky are going to fight each other, and Dragonheart and Violet will fight each other. Well, Dragonheart RX, I should say, excuse me. But we still have one match left. And that match is right now. So let's get to it. Now, I mentioned Sarah Richards. Well, one of those men is her man, Damian Richards. So let me count how many we have, including him. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just make sure I don't forget anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. All right. Then the last match will be a Blue Toad Wrestling Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. So that's what we're going to have. And only fitting that it should end at the Blue Toad Arena. So let's go to it. So we have Damian Richards. We also have, for the first time, Joshua James. And then, of course, we have Mike Wasson. Haven't had an appearance from him in a while, but he's here. And last but certainly not least, oh yeah. Killshot, Matt Storm. I mean, of course, you have Mike Wasson and Matt Storm as part of ACE, Anarchy Chaos Enterprises, which is led by Azrael Black. But then, of course, you have Damian Richards, the leader of Desolation, and Joshua James. So which one of these four do you think is going to win this one? Now, the winner of this will face off against Edward Elvis, so I'll be interested to see which one of these four meet him. But this is the last match of the night. I know this is not like a barn burner or something that one would expect, but it is what it is. But we'll get right to it then. But nonetheless, though, I gotta still congratulate Spike Ryan on the wedding to come, and I also want to thank you guys for staying on, or for those of you watching this on the replay, when whether you're watching this or the previous two parts, which sucks. I was hoping to do just one part, but again, it is what it is. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brandon. Well, no worries there, Carlos. Well, there's always a chance to move on up as far as other opportunities at other championships. So, like, once I have the finalists for the Koopa and the Bank ladder matches for both the men and the women set, then I can start, building the show around there. The only reason I haven't been able to do that is because, well, I'm simply looking for who is going to qualify for it. But it wouldn't just be for you, it would be for others that have been very loyal, so I appreciate that. You know, same thing with your buddy Tenu,
Making his way to the ring,
among others.
from Valhalla, weighing in at 237 pounds, the Dragon Prince.
Well, here's the Dragon Prince, Damian Richards. So once again, I give you the leader of Desolation. Of course, he took over leadership from Atticus Black. I mean, of course, Atticus is, of course, Azrael's brother, but he took over the leadership from Atticus, and subsequently, that's what helped Lucian get in the group to join along with his brothers and Damian and the current Intercontinental Champion, Clinton. Well, that's if there is enough space for that. If there is, great. If not, oh well. But it's definitely something that I can run. Whether it's a bonus match or if it just so happens to be on the show. But that's not a bad pick. But then, of course, you have a member of Anarchy and Chaos the Anarchy Chaos Enterprises. Excuse me, I can't talk. As you have one of its founding members, along with, Azrael, the leader, as well as Joker. JW Caliber, and one of the men that just so happens to be one of his opponents. But it's not this guy, it's the next guy. But this guy is Joshua James.
And 52 pounds, big money, Joshua James.
Well, here's a man who is a former World Tag Team, and Intercontinental Champion. Of course, he held the Intercontinental Championship during the 2K19 years, as well as briefly in 2022, or 2K22. But then, of course, as I was alluding earlier with Mike Wasson, here's another member of Anarchy Chaos Enterprises, and that is Killshot Matt Storm.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, the Captain, Matt Storm.
Of course, Matt Storm himself is a former LTD World Champion and a champion in several other feds. So if anything, Matt is prepared for a match like this. But whatever you do, anytime you have him down, you just don't want to mess around or you're going to find out. I mean, of course he has another saying, but and it even says it right there on his shirt. But that's something you don't want to do. Not against him anyway. All right. Final match of the night. Let's get to it. And, of course, well, for the moment, I thought for a moment, oh, there we go. Now we have you have the leader of Desolation trying to fend off against both members of ACE, Anarchy Chaos Enterprises. But then, of course, you have the wild card that is Joshua James. So I imagine the strategy for Mike Wasson and Killshot would be to take out the other two before going at each other, but you never know. And really, if you're Joshua and Damien, you want to try to take out one of the other two members as a basic strategy, if anything. Although, on the other hand, it is every man for himself. And a jumping knee onto Joshua and a pin. Nope, not even a 1 count. I mean, you didn't have to do that, but okay. Although, wait, a pin outside the ring. 1? Nope, kick out. Oh, that was Mike Wasson who was getting pinned. And a submission attempt, but escaped. And a spear right to Joshua James. And then a go to sleep or a GTS onto Damian Richards. Yeah, Damian Richards. But a kick out nonetheless. And then slammed on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. And then Richards thrown inside the ring. Probably the safest place, if I'm being honest with you. And then a pin onto Matt Storm. 1, 2, nope, only a 1. The Golden Bomb. That's what I'll call it, the Golden Bomb. The Golden Bomb. 1, 2. Ooh. And then Mike Wasson getting slammed on that trash can. And Joshua had a chair, but was forced to drop it after Matt Storm stopped him. And then a powerbomb, and then a knee right to Damian Richards. Although an armbar onto Matt Storm. But then Matt Storm gets out. And a series of elbows onto Joshua James. Although the referee has definitely got his work cut out for him, that's for sure. coming in with a table, a pin inside the ring. 1, 2, 3. So Matt Storm has, not Matt Storm, Damian Richards eliminating Mike Wasson. So now we're down to 3. We're down to Matt Storm, we're down to Damian Richards, and Joshua James. And now Joshua going for the pin on Damian. 1, 2, 3. Well, now we're down to Joshua and Matt Storm. And these are polar opposites, if I do say so myself. And then Joshua with a Stun Dog Millionaire. 1, 2, no, kick out by Matt Storm. Now he picks up the chair and slams it right on Matt Storm, then right to the knee. All right, now throws him onto the floor. And then kicks him in the face. And now starts to hammer him with those fists. And it's going to get another weapon, and it's a kendo stick. And he hits him in the head with it. And again. And I think he hit him in his leg. But then a Hurricane Rana onto Matt Storm. And then a knee right to the head. And then, ooh, slammed right into the post was Matt Storm. Now he's got that sledgehammer, and he hits him with it. Does Joshua, and a pin. 1, 2, no. And Joshua wondering, what do I have to do to put him down? Oh, this might do it. The Golden Bomb. 1, 2, 3. And Joshua did it. So with his victory, so Joshua will be facing off against Edward Elvis. Meanwhile, Rob Gamer and Arkham 500 are going to fight each other. And then, of course, Killian Utaker will face off against Mario. And finally, Dragonheart is going to face off against Louis Levanquer. So those are the finals in the men's division. But congratulations to Joshua. I mean, he definitely earned that. Well, of course, I will put that show together. Well, I'm not going to make any promises, but I'll try to do my best to get it done in terms of booking it. But that's going to do it for our show. Until next time, this is the Blue Toad, Deju 22, and I'll see you guys. Either later this week, or at the very least, I will be back on Friday for the Splatfest, the Halloween Splatfest that is coming up. So I'll be doing that. But until then, have a good night and definitely sleep tight. Peace. God bless. Love you guys.